Well, it feels like this postseason has not been going the way I expected to, but that's what always makes it fun this time of year. Looking at the games we had, I'd say the Rams and Eagles was probably the best game of the divisional week. It was a fun. It's always fun to have a snow game, and the Rams played them pretty well. Surprisingly, a lot of people said the Eagles would destroy them, but people are like, oh, the Rams did beat the Vikings, so it was a fun game, and I feel like the Rams had a real shot of winning it. But the Eagles' offense just the snow actually helped them a lot because Saquon could just run, and it was a lot easier than Stafford throwing in the snow. Second best was Bills Ravens, very tight. Looks like that would have gone to overtime if Mark Andrews had made the catch, but it was still a very good game. Even if Lamar didn't play as well as he has for the rest of the season, it was still a very close game that both teams really wanted it. Chiefs Texans was fun, but too many flags. It felt like the Texans had a shot, and they just got. I don't know. It doesn't look good for the NFL when the Texans played like they did, and then the Chiefs won the way that they did. But the worst game was Commanders-Lions. It was kind of fun that it was like a fun, high-scoring shootout, but it just made you feel bad for the Lions defense that they were just so fallen apart and crumbled that I didn't see it coming. I thought this was the Lions' year, but I knew their defense was injured, and the Commanders had a good offense, and they were able to take advantage of that. If I was to rank the teams, let's put the Commanders at number one. I feel like putting up that many points, even if it's against an injured defense, they deserve the top spot, and the Eagles should be prepared. Number two, I'm going to put the Ravens. I know they lost, but I feel like they played very well that game despite the turnovers. And if Andrews had caught that last pass for the 2-pointers, we could have seen the Ravens win it in overtime. But number three, I'm going to put the Bills because it was small. I know I should put the Bills over the Ravens given they won, but it's basically a tie. It's basically a tie for second place. And number four, I got the Eagles. I think that they're still a very strong team. They looked good against Stafford and the Rams, but they did come pretty close to losing that game. If Stafford had been able to make just a couple more throws in that last drive, the Rams could have run out the clock and won it. So I definitely got them at the fourth place spot. Number five, I got the Lions. Still the strongest team for the year, but the defenses couldn't hold up anymore. So we say goodbye to Detroit with they didn't underperform or anything in that game. The defense was just too weak, and the offense put up as many points as they could. Number six, I'm going to put the Rams because they put up a good fight against the Eagles, almost had that game. Seven, the Texans. I feel like it was just kind of a disappointing. They put up like 13, 14 points. And then number eight was the Chiefs because they suck. Post-edit, forgot the games for the championship games. I'm going to take the Eagles, even though I put the Commanders on top. I don't think they can duplicate what they just did against the Lions defense. So even though I have them on top for now, I think the Eagles know them well in this division, and the Eagles will be going to the Super Bowl, and then the Bills will just destroy the Chiefs. It'll be the worst Chiefs-Bills matchup we've had in the playoffs, but it'll also be the best because it'll finally be the Bills winning. And then the Bills will face the last team in that division they have yet to play, the Eagles. And even though I love the Bills, I think I'm going to pick the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, and Jalen Hurts gets what he should have had 2 years ago. And Saquon finally gets a trophy as well. Sorry, Giants fans. I'll probably just do a short for the Super Bowl recap since it's going to be like a minute long. But and then I'll try and come up with ideas for the postseason.